Was I on just a few minutes ago? I was. I was on live. Did some weird happen to my computer and have like 15 pop-up weird things happen? It also did. So I had to take a moment to figure out what was going on. What is going on? Now what's going on with my hair, y'all? You know what? Oh well. Oh well. We're doing a weekly check-in. I know it's been a hot minute. I was traveling, all that good jazz. I am here now. I'm here. Yay. So here's the deal. You're a sovereign being of your life. You get to determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. My recommendation is to never Cinderella shit to make it fit. Okay? Fantastic. If my computer does it again, like y'all know, here's the thing. Let me explain something to you all. Y'all have heard me a million times absolutely lividly lose it because of this daggone computer. Okay. It does weird shit. It does weird shit when I upload it. Sometimes I don't have sound. Sometimes I do. And like, ain't nothing changed on it. The thing is, I have Mercury aspected like 10 frickin' times in my chart. That little MFer likes to play games with me. Are we talking about Mercury retrograde? Absolutely not. I don't know why during those times nothing seems to change. I might sometimes use it as an excuse, but when I tell you things surrounding communication and anything and everything that can happen with that, I'm going to shut my mouth because if I say that, then they're going to be like, really? Because this hasn't happened yet. You want to try it? I mean, oh my God. Anyways, I'm just saying. So we're going to give this another go. I did put the cards back because I thought, well, that must be a little weird. Like, some things like maybe that was I shouldn't, whatever. And I'm telling you, when I turn, you can tell I don't really actually have like it looks like the whole thing is this white hair. Look, I don't have white hair. I do have some gorgeous silver ones, which I love. It ain't gray, it's silver. It's got a shimmer to it. And it's like if I do go with my hair, that's what I want. I don't want white. I don't want gray. I want it to be glittery. I want it to shimmer and shine like one of those little 20s dresses. So, anywho's, let's get started over again. All right. Hey, I'm good. How are you? But I'm back. I'm back. Lord have mercy. All right. Also, I've had a little conversation with my spirit team. I'm like, hey, I've always been known as the person where people could sit down and listen to any message that wasn't theirs because they could always get something from it. It has gotten a little too prophetic and not enough like let's evolve and let's get to the root of shit and let's move forward. And so I'm like, hey, I want the prophetic, but this should be church for us, but not church. You feel me? Like this should be our moment to come together and like just get bits and pieces that enrich us. So we've got to like. I will say the energy is one where with so much influx around the world right now, there's very few things that are they're seeming to be very like very absolute. And so spirit seems to want to focus on those. If you see a trend, like and when I tell you I'm like trying to pull out of the fucking trends, I'm trying. But there are times where I'm like, oh my, and it sounds much like some of the other ones that I hear. So I'm always like, let's go from it from a different angle than spirit. So hopefully today, all of 2025 has been a huge location change. That's been a trend. Like now, I've not really seen that a lot in a lot of other readers on my channel, a shit ton. But love, because there's like this idea of it's not an idea to get through some of the evolutionary shit that's going to be happening across the globe. We need to build community, which includes love, partnerships, things like that. So that's why you see an uptick in that. But it's about connecting with the right individuals. So community which is really what humankind thrives with. There's been a lot of division That's why how we've gotten to where we've gotten to. I've got some cutesy little birds outside my window. Um, and sometimes because of what we've been through, uh, along with the seeds of division, we don't want some of us don't want community, right? We get a little like the idea of it sounds great, but we're like, sorry, but your path forward for a shit fuck ton of you all involves finding the right community. Okay. So, hate to be the bearer of what the fuck news, but Ace of Wands, that's important for some reason. Ooh, the magician who wields that with motherfucker. I'm taking it. Ace of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. You got to be shitting me. Now we do have the devil on this side, Seven of Swords over here. Hold on. That's a lot of fresh energy right now. There's a lot of, and I know that we are about to hit January. Not everybody uses the Gregorian calendar, right? Or the idea of newness. But there is something where it, because it's embedded in society and globally, and a lot of things do shift and start, there is going to be a shift. Wheel of Fortune. There feels like a sense of autonomy over one's direction, is what it feels like to me. Um, Not necessarily independence, but there's an autonomy, meaning that you have more leverage and control over your direction. The Nine of Pentacles to me is like a feeling of freedom. So whatever might have been binding you, that's what shifts. There's a sense of direction and freedom with the Nine of Pentacles on this one, and that's the reason why it's like there's there's a freedom that leads, yeah, shift. Ace of Cups is at the center of it. There's a sense of fulfillment with this also. Like my cup is full. This is focusing on your cup. This is focusing on your cup. This is focusing on what you want, what you desire, your path, the way that you envision it, the way that you feel it, the way you want to experience it. Because the heart center is how we experience both the mundane, earthly, because you think of the lower chakras, but also the spiritual, the upper chakras. They both meet at the heart. That's how the, wow, y'all. I know how to speak. Okay. For fuck's sake. The energy is and I'm like, my mouth cannot keep up. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you. Geez, God. Ace of Wands. Oh my God. The excitement for this. This is they're saying fuck yes card. This is the energy and momentum to make something. Both of these are very creative. So this is future casting right now. And this is talking about what's ahead of you. No shit. You know what I'm saying? Like this is beyond just the weekly. There's something about this, like there's a shift. I feel stability. I don't know why they want to give me sustenance, like what you need to thrive. This is a thriving energy. Nine of Pentacles. This is freedom, autonomy over your direction. There is a thriving nature. Things are turning around. Things are turning in your favor. Things are shifting. They do want to bring me to there's been a 9-year cycle. Nine. Um, we are also leaving the year of the snake, where there's a lot of shedding. Um, Next year is a 1 year, I believe. Yeah, because there's a 10. It's 10, but it goes, yeah, 1, yeah. Anyway, um, they really are bringing me to January. I mean, I wanna say that it's the energy of, like, a new year kinda thing, but they really are bringing me to January. Because 'Cause they're showing me, like, the calendars where something finally it flips, like, like, in movies and stuff like that, like, something flips, and they're bringing me to January. Let's dig into the Ace of Wands and the Magician. This shit makes sense. It was easy peasy lemon squeezy, we got it, which they may wanna elaborate on, but I am curious about the Ace of Wands and the Magician. Something about January, like, they're giving me, like, immediacy, like, January 1st. Like, I don't know why they just, the countdown, the ball dropping and shit like that, and the calendar flipping to the brand new year, and it's like, it felt, like, immediate, which there's gotta be something precipitating that, I would think. Everything's all about the experience you're about to have. I mean, a level of being able to work your magic. Oh, I was gonna say manifest. They're like, "Work your magic." A level of, like, excitement, fervor, primal, turned on almost for life. Your experience is gonna be one where you get to direct a lot of shit shifts. Okay, so they wanna talk about the experience you're about to have coming into this new year, but, like, they're giving me an immediacy where it's, like, almost fucking immediately as soon as the clock turns, right? And so but obviously times, depending on where you're at on the globe, I mean, it's a little, but there's gotta be something preceding that. Talk to me, star. Whatever guidance you're getting right now, I feel like I get a sense that you are feeling, they're saying gung ho, but I'm saying, like, you feel uninhibited to do what you're asked. I don't I like you're like, "Sure." Like, spirit's like, "Do this," and you're like, and you just do it. Like, there's no resistance, restraint. Like, you just get it and you just follow through. Like, it just feels okay. Does that make sense? There's a lot of guidance happening. Promptings. Oh, where'd you go? Oh, it landed in my shit, y'all. Page of Swords. You're gonna get some kind of like so it's like you're gonna get some kind of news information, but like they're giving it like a heads up on something. There's guidance that's gonna be happening, and it's like you gotta go step by step. Boom, 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 boom. Eight of Pentacles is there's already an established history or an established something with it. Like past effort, but also it's like step by step. That's what it feels like. They're giving you instructions step by step. Things are going to unfold step by step. So that's why it feels like there's things that's going to happen now. So that's what you should be doing now. Yeah, like your kids will come and ask you a question, and you're like, Sure, whatever." Like you just there's no like that's how it feels. Like spirit's going to be. Oh, we got lovers on the bottom. It didn't come out. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh my god. Mm. I said, "Ooh, lovers," but it didn't come out. But the 2 cups did. What? 2 of cups, ace of swords. Temperance, giving like some making something work. I okay. Temperance is also okay. Temperance is giving me like an angel energy entity something because you are getting guidance, and this is what's booking ending it. This is guidance, okay? You're getting guidance. Fucking listen. Guidance. You're following the star, the North Star. You know, it's guiding you on your path, keeping you on your path. This is whatever energy is doing the guiding. That's over making sure that everything works according to. Okay, so you want me to talk about alchemy? Like, mixing something, making it just right, getting it just so, for something to happen. Like if things don't happen so, then things don't pop off kind of situation. We have the two cups and the ace of swords. You have the two of cups sandwiched between the page of swords and the ace of swords. We talked about already up here. Uh, well, actually, when I started the first time, and that weird shit happened with my computer, and like a million things popped up, and I was like, I'm gonna close out really quick and come back. Um, okay, so in that one, we had the page of swords and something else come out, and I was like, there's a truth. It started with the page of swords. This felt like a truth, a news, communication that starts something. So, like, it's bookending the Two of Cups. Okay. Tell me about the Two of Cups, first and foremost. Well, the Two of Cups has something to do with some kind of long term path, and the High Priestess. Okay. It's like the idea of what you're supposed to do with the remainder of your life. I Because the 10 of Pentacles gives the energy of children, midlife, elderly, like the span of the rest of your life. There's a sense of longevity to it with the High Priestess. Like it's something that it's meant to come in, you're meant to come into union with for the remainder of your life. It absolutely has. So there's some kind of news or communication that happens that starts this path that opens this up. Um okay. Okay. And spirit is like, you need to follow the instructions as I give it to you without any kind of restraint. Just keep just do it, follow through. Eight of Pentacles feels like the follow through. Okay. Tell me about the Nine of Pentacles, please, really quick. That was, geez, God Almighty. Nine of Pentacles, the freedom. Eight of Cups, you're going to be leaving something behind. There's most certainly some level of apathy, boredom, isolation, um, withdrawal. A Four of Cups. That's a dissatisfaction. Liminal space. Thank you. You've been in a liminal space here recently for a long time. You're leaving this liminal space. That's what you're leaving behind. And you're moving to like without any hesitation. You're not concerned with, I don't know why I want to say the aftermath you leave behind. Because whatever you're leaving behind, because the Three of Cups always represents your present, your environment, what's around you, individuals, people, circumstances, all of that, right? It's your current circumstances. It's that which is social, your environment, your fucking community, whatever you want to call it. You're leaving that behind. You obviously didn't give two shits about it in the Three of Cups, but you also like the idea of the not Three of Cups, Four Cups. It is like, the proverbial cup comes from the sky. Sometimes it's back there and you don't see it yet. Like you don't see the offer yet, and you're just like in this liminal space. It hasn't presented itself yet. And then of course, leaving it behind. But I love this particular 8 of cups because the 6 cups that are upright represents your past. The 2 cups that are spilled, that are showing you the way, 2 cups, 2 of cups. In this 5 of cups, this person has turned around and picked up the 2 of cups. The 2 of fucking cups for somebody is like the initiator for the remainder of your life. It is the hallmark of how you experience your life. There's a sense of autonomy and choosing how you move forward. There's a sense of freedom from where you've been. Um, there's a change. There's freedom. Excitement. Like there's something about your magic being amplified. There's a torch being relit inside of you. Your life force comes back. Your inner light shines again. So this is what you're getting. You're getting freed from the past and this liminal space. Not caring what you leave behind or the aftermath. Okay. Tell me about the I didn't even get to say anything. 9 of Wands feels like somebody who's had to persevere and hang in there because I heard hang in there. You've had to hang in there. You might be a bit guarded against a message like this because of how long you've had to hang in there. They said switch decks. Golden Universal. Judgment on the bottom. Oh, shit. Look, you have to choose to walk away. You're being drawn. So the judgment is kind of like the guidance, the star. There's something pulling you. This would be the guidance. This would be the guidance. 8 of Cups. Leaving something behind. Again, I don't know what they mean by the aftermath of you leaving something behind. But you're not going to care. You're not going to care. It's like it's none of your it pales in compare. You have no reverence for the past or what you're leaving behind. Your current circumstances as we're talking right now, it's a they're giving me a really dumb analogy, but I'm gonna give it to you. No offense. They're like, I mean, when you're done with a drink and you go to put it in the sink, are you all upset about it? No, you put it in there and you walk away. You're good. You know what I mean? Like it's not a problem. Hey, David. I'm back. Aren't you proud of me? Anyway, we'll see how long I'm back for. Anywho's, so much going on, guys. So much. Anyways, all right, Spirit. Knight of Wands. She's going, hey, band. Fast. This is also like somebody, oh my God, Jesus. Sorry. Or I don't know what for. Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups. Somebody is going to be entering your life very quickly. Very passionately. I feel like you may view this as like night energy because it's proposals, propositions, flirting, very romantic kind of energy, expression like flirtatious expressions of love. Like there's this I want to look at I want to I'm looking at this motherfucker here and I'm like, how do you know? How do you come on that strong? How do you know? That might be where the 9 of Wands comes into play, like, this idea of, like, this guardedness against this, like, whatever it's being said. Um, okay, where are we going with this? I feel like I had, like, an agenda, and Spirit said, "Take that shit out, I've got my own," and I'm like, "Okay, I don't even remember what I was gonna ask you, dude." Um, 2 of Wands, the World. The World, because he's holding it. There's this oh, that's why he okay, hold up. I just asked how you fucking know you want this. You know what I mean? Why you coming on so strong? Why are you so certain? And it's like almost this idea of like, it's almost a little like they're a little too certain. And it's like, yeah, yeah. Um, this is about somebody taking action, but the wand that this person chooses, the action they choose to take is aligned with the world. Are you shitting me? At the bottom of the deck, we had the lovers. I have had so much, guys. Hold on. This has got to be something. Okay. The fact that this came through while I'm doing a reading. My son, who is 22. I don't know what's going on with my hair. I don't know. Um, had some issues at work. So he does delivery. He delivers, think UPS, Prime, FedEx, that kind of stuff. And he had an issue with his GPS the other day. And it messed him up. And he made a wrong turn. I don't know how this is gonna play him, but the fact that he goes, "I feel like they're effing with me," because he spent hours. They tried to put him in 4 different vehicles. None of the fobs worked, and now he has to start late with 170 stops, and he's just like, "This is punishment. They're effing with me." Um, I'm sorry. Welcome to adulthood, honey. Like, we talk about it all the time, and he's just mm-mm. And if y'all have been with me, most people who've been with me for a long time have been with me since he was a teenager, right? So y'all been hearing all the stories, and just here you go, guys. He's full throttle in the midst of adulthood, just like kind of thing. But what felt so funny is I feel like they're fucking with me, and I feel like that has something to do with this. You're like this dude, so, this dude's fucking with me, right? That's what it feels like. This dude's fucking with me. Like, cause I don't really look at my phone because there should be no emergencies. For those who are not aware, I was gone because I had a death in the family of somebody who is exceptionally important to me. I had been telling you all that we were my age range of and me and my cousins have lost most individuals that of the generations above us. And she's somebody who was actually on the channel a lot. She would come on and you would see her in the comments. It was my aunt. So I just want to give her a shout out, and because I can already feel her spirit. I love her so very much. But, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do because certain things are more important. So for those who did know her, um, also send love to my cousin because my cousin is frequently, I talk about her on here, and she's frequently in my comment section. And she's also, when I used to do groups, she was in the group. That was her mother. And so we just want to give her immense amount of love right now. Um, she just has a lot spiritually speaking. So just love. The immense amount of love sent her way would be appreciated. So that's the reason why I've been so MIA, so many different things happening. I did warn you all that there was stuff that was going on with my family. And, you know, but let's get back to the reading. I feel like somebody's effing with me. That's what this is. You feel like it a little bit. You're like, you've been in liminal space for so long. You're like, yeah. Even when the MFR arrives, you're a little like, I don't know why. I wanna be like, "Are you sure?" Like, you're questioning somebody that like, pops into your life. And again, it's like, it feels immediate. Like, they're not even like it's not the energy of a new beginning, even though it's new beginning. It is like, I feel like immediately things are unraveling and happening with January 1st, which tells me things are happening before. So we've got communication, news, information, um it just starts a whole new path. We've talked about this. We've said it several times. Um, okay, let's pull some more cards. You're just freedom. Freedom from the past, freedom from the liminal space. And there is the fact that they keep giving me this word means when you move away from something, eight of cups, when you move away from the past, when you move out of this liminal space, there's gonna be some kind of disruption. It doesn't feel like it's to you though, but there is some kind of disruption that happens. Like, I don't care what the aftermath is. That has to be something that other people experience, not you. Two of Swords. But it changes everything. You've been waiting to get started on this path. Again, between now and January, make sure that you're following all the guidance that you get. I feel the need of like saying, it's like saying it's a delicate situation, but it's not delicate in the sense of like you need to be hyper aware because you could fuck something up. It's more like things need to happen in a particular way to maintain a harmonious state for you at least. Because I don't know who's who. I don't know who's got the aftermath, but Two of Swords. Hierophant. That is a commitment. Again, Judgment card. That's like the major to the minor. We'll pull that. We've seen that several times. This is like being pulled towards a commitment of some sort. This does not feel as if somebody needs to be contemplating like competing thoughts. I feel like devil's advocate, pros and cons. Thank you, spirit. Thank you. Pros and cons, two swords. It's more about just instinctually doing something. Again, spirit is guiding you. Yeah, but I feel as if somebody is just following through with the guidance. There's zero resistance. It's like just a knowing. No one, someone's not giving any consideration to, thoughts about this. Like their brain is not gonna like it's either you do or you don't kind of energy. You either answer the call or you don't. You either follow the steps, the guidance, staying on the path, or you don't. There's no like, there's no, somebody's not even thinking like, there's like a complete surrender of the mind. Again, Hierophant. Somebody's committing to this. Like you're already committed to it, is what it feels like to me. You're already committed to it. You are not debating jack shit up in your head. You are already okay. I just feel like saying, lay it on me, give it to me. Like with spirit, like again, I don't I can't tell you the level of it's surrender. There's no resistance. Like if you get instructions, you're not even questioning it. You're like, all right, gotta do it. You just know, like the call is the only thing I hear. The call is the only thing I hear. See, there's that 4 of cups, proverbial cup coming from the sky. Again, wanting nothing to do with your current circumstances. Here comes this cup. That cup is the cup being brought in by the Knight of Cups is the start of this new path. We already got that. It's the 2 of Cups. So it almost feels like I'm just gonna tell you and be real. I don't feel a fucking decision. I feel like the decision's been made. Like you've relinquished some level of control and you're just like you said yes. And now you are just going with the flow. Um that energy can be for whoever this Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands is. That might be the lack of resistance. I feel like it's on both sides. I gotta be honest with you. Um, that's where this level of confidence coming from because I was like, how do you know? Like, why are you so certain? How are you so for sure? And it's like because of that. There's this. I'm just gonna do. I'm just just waiting. You've just been waiting for that fucking cup to come out of the sky. Ugh. These 2 cups that the 2 cups represents have both done that. So, like, there's no decision making that needs to happen. There's no debating it. But when this person comes in, it's like I feel like somebody's approaching me and it's like I just know. I just know. But I'm like, how do you know? And the answer is because same as you. They just know. They said yes before and they're equally being guided in. The Fool. Both are taking a massive leap of faith. You're both having faith. Page of Swords. They want me to get back to the news, the information, the communication. So let's get back to that. Where are we going with this one? Hermetic Tarot. Spirit's driving this shit. Let me tell you, like, okay, now let's talk about this. Okay, now let's talk about this. And let's talk about this. And I'm like, okay. Got the Chariot. I just saw the Chariot. And you see, I've got no resistance. I'm not like, wait a minute, I haven't questioned. Like, I'm just like, okay, okay. I just wanted to say yes, sir. I don't know why. Okay. Well, they want me to okay. God, I just feel like saying, "Okay, I trust you." Somebody's like, "Okay, I trust you, spirit." 2 of Pentacles. That was a whole fucking book. We're not doing that. Page of Cups. 2 of Pentacles, Page of Cups. 2 of Pentacles in this deck talks about harmonious change. Page of Cups is, the Palace of Floods. Page of Swords, Page of Cups. That's an initiating energy with the Fool card, because the Page of Swords over here came out with a Fool card. That and then the 2 of Cups has it's so since the Knight of Cups. So somebody's gonna initiate when? What the fuck? Sorry. I'm all of a sudden got questions now. Uh-huh. I know we talked about a liminal space, but somebody sat on something. We got the 7 of Pentacles, which is kind of like the appearance of something not happening, success unfulfilled, some bullshit like that. But then when it comes out with the 6 of Wands. What you thought wasn't going to happen happens, but it's giving a sense of delay, like sitting on something, a wait. Something has waited. I mean, motherfucker's not waiting anymore. It comes in like a fucking king of, not king, sorry, Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups. But the communication's at a page level, so it's very innocent, very, I don't know why I want to say unsuspecting. It's just kind of like breaking the ice. Why do I feel like you're beating around the bush? Oh, that might be them. I'm like, Spirit, why are you beating around the bush? Like, why are we, like, you're not really telling me anything about the pages. That's them. Are they going to beat around the bush when they first reach out? What is this? Okay, is it news or is it communication? Queen of Pentacles. Dang. This is a little like haphazard. They may come in so quickly, swiftly, and like, when people kind of like just, I don't know, it feels like a word vomit because I'm like, none of this is, it's like, wow, okay, spirit, they're just, and it's all over the place. This feels like what they're going to do. They're going to be like, this is just okay, like they're going to try and be nonchalant and they're not going to be nonchalant. They're gonna there's some kind of communication where it's like it's supposed to be an icebreaker, but they fucking go full throttle on accident, like a word vomit. Like any reciprocation from you, and they're just gonna go for it. Cause geez God. I'm gonna put this up because this is some erratic energy. So it just gives like the I don't know, like they don't want to miss their chance, or like they're brave at the moment because they're a fucking Knight of Wands. You know what I mean? And they're just like because these are all over the place. I'm not saying they're gonna be, but it's almost like like you go to start a conversation, or you go to have like an icebreaker, but then it ends up being like a 3-hour conversation, no intentions of it, but it just it's kind of like that. Like I feel like anything and everything gets talked about. Anything and everything kind of just, is discussed. There's this whole like, and it has a very ADHD energy. I'm just being honest, from a family that has an exceptional amount of neurospiciness. both ADHD and autism. I know the fucking energy and I know how it presents, okay? Um, it's like bing, 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 bing. Like it's giving like once the floodgates open, oh, Page of Cups, the flood of emotions. I don't know. If they connect with you on one thing, it fuels them to start talking about other things. It just, when you mesh really well, you connect really well. It feels like I think that's the reason why they were saying once something's initiated, the path has begun. Because it's like what was supposed to be an innocent little, hey, you know what I mean? Turns into a blah, 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 blah. And it just feels like you start on the path already, almost immediately. I feel with the idea of like January being there's some turn of energy and sense of autonomy and freedom, like you're set free from something. And I'm like, there's something that happens beforehand. There might be a lot of conversations. This first one may go so good that it's like, you get with some people, you feel like you're pulling teeth, and it's like, oh, for weeks, and then it's like other people, it's like I have immersed into you, like oh my, like, and it's just amazing. Like you connect on such a way. That's what it feels like. Give me a minute. This deck just wants to. Can we hone this? Oh motherfucker! I was asking if we could hone it in. Are you shitting me? So hermit, isolation, alone. Damn. Ace of Wands, a lot of fucking chemistry. People, somebody, or both people are very, very much like very used to hermity. Like that's the reason why it feels like an icebreaker. It's like, and maybe the two of you have been longing to connect with a motherfucker like this for eons. And so when you finally do, you're like, oh my god, and you're like, you know what I mean? Like there's just this, like it just, but it breaks you out of hermit mode. Okay, so okay, get it together, Shauna. You get out of hermit mode, right? Jesus Christ. Ace of Wands, hella chemistry right away. You get excited. You get excited. Again, Knight of Wands comes in like I don't know what I want to call it. Je ne sais quoi, sex appeal. There's a lot of whoop whoop in the energy. You light each other's fire. A fire is lit. Okay? Okay. Knight of Cups. There's definitely a romantic, emotional um, intention behind this that's driving it. Okay. Sincerity and integrity with that, mind you, despite all this. Because we got Ace of Wands twice with the Knight of Wands who brings in the wand. I mean, this is a very phallic energy. This is like you are each turned on by one another in like a very expansive way, not just that way, but you can't help but feel it like that, right? Six of Swords. Justice. Y'all are some kind of yin and yang. I don't know why I'm getting a message of Six of Swords feels a little bit like closing the gap. Closing the gap feels like the right thing to do. Closing the gap feels like the right thing to do. This is very erratic energy. Can I just say, I feel like the reason it feels so erratic because it's like the icebreaker happens and the new path immediately starts. Yeah, it starts immediately as soon as the cup comes in. And it's just, but here's the thing. I think there's a forced period of time. That's why I feel like January 1st feels like God, I don't even know how to explain this. Okay. I almost feel like spirits like you're going to have a forced get to know you period. Even though I think you all accomplish in maybe 3 weeks what others would take 5 months, y'all are so vulnerable, so open, so just like it's giving Knight of Pentacles, like very integral. Like I'm showing up exactly who I am. Like there's no facade, there's no fake mask, there's no, it just is. And I'm like, bleh, like here's me. Um, Closing the gap. Y'all I don't know if there's a distance or, like, maybe somebody's a town over, but immediately y'all want to close the gap because, again, I'm getting yin and yang. It's like they're needing to be in proximity to one another to be sure, and if you know for certain, because I feel like shit happens January 1st, meaning, it's a done deal. You know what I'm saying? It's a done deal. So you may close the gap because I was like, there's a series of events that are going to be happening. Eight of Pentacles, following the guidance. I hear spirit saying, yeah, like say yes. Say yes. You may be prompted. If there's distance, you have zero qualms about bridging the distance. Fucking Wheel of Fortune on the bottom. It very well may be like it's like the distance it gives you time, like you have no choice but to talk. Does that make sense? And then you decide to bridge the distance, which very well might feel guided. You may be prompted to say yes, and something about being in close proximity starts everything, seals the deal. Um, like like you all need to be in physical proximity to one another, and then the wheel turns. This Two of Swords is called Lord of Peace Restored. Peace restored. You see how the swords come together? I always say it's somewhere in the middle, like maybe y'all will meet in the middle, but the swords come together, and that's where the truth, okay. Because sometimes the swords butt in, so they never cross. This is two paths crossing. Oh, okay. I love confirmations. This is quick. I mean, neither one of y'all give two fucks. That might be why you're like, "Are you sure?" That also the world, distance, bitch. I was like, "The world?" You saw me earlier. I was like, "Okay." World. And I didn't even expand on that shit. Distance. The action is distance. So they Knight of Wands. Knight of Cups. Schmoozy schmoozy. Why don't you come see me? Or I come see you? Why don't we meet somewhere in the middle? X marks the spot. X marks the spot. What the fuck? Okay. I'm getting happy with just some weird shit here. I don't even know why. You might get excited about this. So this is like, You're not in the same town kind of shit. Okay. Like, it's getting like you move so fast. Come January 1st, you're like that. Yeah, I'm locking it down. That's that's my person. And something very liberating about it because you're no longer in liminal space. There's something about Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, the coming together is what makes something real. That's what I got with the Justice, the yin and yang. It seals the deal. And the Six of Swords kind of says like is like earned success. Like that's what it says on this particular deck. But that's also justice. It's like this is well deserved. You've earned like this is it's like a reward. Okay, Spirit. So what else do you want to say? Like between now and January 1st, like let's expand a little again. Two of Pentacles came back out again. It's a very harmonious change. For you, what is this aftermath bullshit? Like, what is the aftermath? I don't understand what the aftermath is. What is that reference? Because you was really bringing that fucking word in. What is the aftermath shit? Like, you don't care. When you leave something behind, you don't care what the aftermath is. What is the aftermath? Because you're leaving your current circumstances, the liminal space. You're also leaving your past behind. You're like, fuck it. So what is the aftermath that you... I mean, it's your wish fulfillment. Like, the only thing I can think of with aftermath is like, something so mad that you get what you fucking want. Like maybe you get something that they wished for. That's what you get, bitch. Ooh, I kind of like it though. That felt really good. So somebody might be like loving the fact that you get something that somebody else wanted. Yeah, the aftermath. People aren't gonna like it. Five of Wands. Me. Catty bullshit or arguments or I don't know. Five of Wands. It's like because we have the Chariot. Like, look at this. You fucking get makes you immensely happy. You get what you desire, what you want, what you wish for, but it's also like somebody else's wish, but you're the one that gets to somebody else is stuck or you got exactly what somebody's been wanting in a person. The thing is that you getting what you want somehow leaves somebody else in a sense of strife. This is the Lord of Strife. Five of Wands is the Lord of Strife. Okay, who it feels like both of you because I can apply this to both energies. Um you're both just doing everything that you're told to do. Like you're following the guidance. Um and it's setting you both free. And there's something there that doesn't want you free. Either because you're getting what they wanted. You're getting what they wanted. It could be you that they wanted, or it could just be like the life that they were wanting, the freedom they were wanting. Tell me about the Lord of God, jeez, this deck is absolutely a fucking nightmare right now. Please tell me about the Five of Wands, Lord of Strife, please. We might have to switch because this deck is. You're getting a commitment that somebody else wanted. A hierophant. And you're getting it way faster. They don't like how quickly you're getting what you. They don't like how quickly this is happening. You don't give a shit. Neither one of you. Both of you feel like you have somehow someone that doesn't want. I feel like for somebody, I just think people are questioning the fuck out of how quickly something transpires and evolves and comes together. Um, it very well could just be earlier I had 3 of Cups on that. That would be, friends, family, the people that you associate with are like, why is it moving so fast? Kind of thing. Um, Somebody's got an ex somewhere. Um, I feel a friend that thought that they would get something before you, for somebody out there. I'm feeling a friend like, why all this time, and that's what I've been asking for, and they get what I was asking for. You're not trying to be them. I don't care what they're thinking in their head. Whoever this is, this was spirit led, not I wanted that. That's what it is. Somebody wanted something. Somebody either wanted a person that's going to be in this relationship, or they wanted what's happening for somebody, and they're the ones that are still stuck because this commitment is happening fast, like almost like they can't interfere with it because it's developing or evolving so quickly. Some people are going to have issue with that. For fucking what? Okay. All right. So basically you're going to make some people pissed. But I feel like y'all are so fucking unconcerned because those motherfuckers have no bearing on what you like. It's some kind of like back drama. Like it's dumb. Yeah, because you get what you want and you move forward fast, right? Okay. So here we go. Yeah, 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords. 8 of Pentacles. 4 of Wands. 10 of Cups, motherfuckers. See, here's the thing. Whoever is upset with this, the fact, look, the 7 of Swords in this deck is called unstable effort. This is like somebody who didn't commit or somebody who didn't do what was necessary to make something. So anybody who is upset that you're getting something that they themselves wanted, like I why this person and not me? Like because you didn't put in what was necessary. Okay? That's why. The dedication to get to the 8 of Pentacles was getting through the 7 of Pentacles. Okay? And because one, yeah, you 4 of Wands, union, and 10 of Cups, happily ever after. I think they're so irritated because they know it's gonna work out. So you've got like, people are like, I mean, don't nobody don't give a shit about these motherfuckers, really, other than the idea that people will talk. Some of y'all got family that loves to talk. For some of y'all, this is so out of character, they're gonna talk. For some of y'all, it's what other people wanted. For some of y'all, somebody wanted somebody that's in this, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? Oh well. Um, But it's like once this kicks off, once y'all are in close proximity, nothing's gonna come between the 2 of you. Even if you have to again, even if distance remains, how are they gonna handle the distance? And then we'll finish this shit. It definitely Imma ask about that communication, that 6 of Wands, success. I'm feeling out the timeline. So, obviously, this is not gonna be for everybody, but there is something very like, they keep harping on it. So, someone's gonna come across this, even if it's just one fucking person where it's like, "This timeline motherfucking matters." Like, you better be some people are gonna be like, "Where did this motherfucker come from?" Like, they're looking at I think very well may look at y'all like y'all are stupid. This is a very fast moving commitment. Follow the guidance and you're gonna have success. Yeah, god damn it. Dumbasses. People around you. 3 of Cups. Eh, no wonder. Oh, the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups where you choose the 2 cups and the 3 cups, you're like, "I don't give a shit." This one, remember? I was like, "This is where the aftermath." You don't fucking care what people think. Oh, y'all choose the 2 of Cups. You don't give a shit. And the people that are around you, your social network, your family, exes, some they feel defeated. The story behind the 5 of Swords is the idea that it's kind of like this competition. They usually show 3 people, right? 2 people walking off in defeat, 1 person carrying swords, right? And the idea is that sometimes people will think that you've done something underhanded. 7 of Swords down here somewhere. I can't figure out where it is. Here it is, the unstable. But you really didn't because the idea is somebody had to come out the winner, might as well be you. You come out the winner of something that they wanted. That's just really what it boils down to. Whatever your current environment, your current people that are surrounding you, people that are in proximity with you, your family, your friends, somebody is just they feel defeated because they're witnessing watching this unfold rapidly and fast and you're getting what they wanted somehow. This could even be like friends who are like very possessive over you and don't want you chariot again. This is moving forward no matter what. It's unstoppable. The chariot is my rhino spirit card. It is move, bitch, get out the way, meaning that the 2 of you are going to choose each other. And anybody that wants to throw a fit about this, they'll be left behind. This is a on this particular card, it's a tank, but Rhino Spirit is. Do you think a rhinoceros is going to go around you? No, that motherfucker is charging at such a rate and speed with its horn, it will move you out the fucking way. So you better step aside. That's the kind of energy with these people. Like either you're okay with this and you support this and you people are getting left behind. Especially if it's like an ex that wants to steal whatever, or a friend that is like mad because you got what they wanted. I don't know why I'm getting somebody has a friend where it's like they have like this idea of I want a man that does this. There's a catty female friend for somebody. I want a man that looks like this, does this, blah 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 blah. And there's something about the person coming in that has a lot of those attributes, and they're like, why do you? That was what and it's like it's not that. And again, if you're friends, you probably have like similar, maybe somewhat not always. God, okay. I'm in that phase where like I'm like, I love long hair, but it's also touching me and it's pissing me off. Stop touching me. So ecstatic. It's pissing me off. Um, yeah, they don't like that you get something that they're like, I don't know why they feel like they deserve it more. It could be a friend you already left. Or like judgment. I feel like judgment from other people watching, family members, like, I don't know. But there's nothing stopping this. Again, once the two of you come in close proximity, meaning like in the same space, done deal. So y'all must be meeting before January 1st because something about January 1st, like it's a go. So there's something that happens before then. So if you've got time off from work, you're probably doing some traveling and meeting some motherfuckers, is all I'm saying. Because this is whoever this is, it's happening. Like it's the connection that's escalating fast. Yes, it's coming in obviously very quickly because January is like what 3 weeks away. Um, but it's the speed that this propels forward. This connection meshes. It comes into solidity. Yeah, there's going to be travel. Six of swords. Again, people will probably say something like, "Are you sure?" Maybe that's where that was coming from. Because remember, I was like, "Y'all are just like yes, long before," and you're going through, and I kept getting like, "Are you sure?" Like the gung ho ness. Maybe it's not. I mean, a little bit might be you, but it's probably the other motherfuckers. Hmm. Are you sure? Shut the fuck up. Mind your business. That's what I feel like saying. Mm. You might not want to tell people. You might not want to tell motherfuckers. You might want to sneak. Oh, that's Seven of Swords energy too. Want to sneak around? Think. And it'll be too late. That's the thing. They're like, that's what it feels like out of nowhere. We have the world, the universe at the bottom. Ace of Wands, all that chemistry, feeling alive. Somebody's feeling alive after hermit mode. Magic is back. Ooh, ooh. Loving the experience. Ooh, ooh. Look. Being freed from something. And shit finally changing. I'm just gonna ask one question about the Page of Swords that came out twice. How is this going to? I have the Strength card, but I feel like it has more to do with the lion that's on here. Which makes sense. Okay, so the lion is usually Leo, right? But that's a very what am I trying to say? Fiery energy. And there was something that was supposed to happen back in Leo season that didn't because Leo was really big back in the summer. And so it was like, and I said it's almost like we're reliving Leo season, but we're already in Sagittarius, which would mean by December 21st. Motherfucker, that's like 2 weeks. That's like 2 weeks. And there's an 11 on this one, so like 11 days, maybe? Like within? Okay, explain the. Also, this icebreaker that turns into word vomit, that turns into long conversations, that turns into multiple conversations. There's a level of bravery. That's why they come in all wacky and strong, like gung ho. Almost, you're like, the Knight of Wands. It's like, damn. We're not doing books. How is it? Oh, good Lord. Then we had the magician. There's a sense of force. Yeah, like they're gonna make it happen. Is it spirit or is it the person? We're gonna make sure it happens. How's this communication come in? I haven't even asked if you know this motherfucker. It certainly doesn't feel like it's like they're not giving me any backstory. They're not telling me this person's been watching you. I mean, the Page of Swords can sometimes indicate that shit, like, gathering intel and shit. They've given me nothing prequel to this. It is right here, right fucking now, in the moment. This is how it's going. So I can't even tell you. Like it starts. It just starts. That's the intent of the communication. Like this person is like, I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make it happen. They're gonna come across like the magician has like a level of confidence, a bit cocky, okay? Um, and there's a neat because the Ace of Pentacles is like, I, I don't want to just desire. It needs to be real. Again, that's why so quickly they want to meet. Okay, bitches. Somebody here's got to have an eye on somebody. You don't just come out of the fucking woodwork for nothing and be like, "What's up, baby?" You know what I mean? Let's meet. You know what I mean? You don't do that. No, I mean, creeps do that. No offense to anybody who's done that. There's something here. Both of you have said yes. I don't know if you know what you're saying yes to with spirit, but you are so ready to be out of the liminal space that it's like you're saying whatever you tell me to do, whatever it is. And remember, I said in the very, very beginning, it's like this person shows themselves and they're like, say yes. Spirit's like, say yes. This is a part of you know what I mean? And something transpires, and you're not questioning spirit. You're not questioning your intuition, the downloads, or anything else like that. You feel very okay. Like you said yes before you even knew what spirit was going to require of you. Same with this person. But because they're the one coming in, they obviously had to get the cojones to do it. They're going to come on a little strong, a little ADHD. They very well may be neurospicy. It's like when you take that jump, you just kind of that's what it feels like. But it has to this person knows, oh, that's why. So this okay, okay, I fucking get it. So you know how they're doing exactly what they're told to do too? Like they're being prompted, they're being called, they're being pulled in a direction, whatever you want to call it. They're saying yes before they know what's being and it's like they get a push. They get a push. It has to, they know something has to happen in the real world. Like to bring it into reality. Thank you. God, I was trying to think of the fucking word. And I'm like, so that's why with the justice, the yin and yang, there needs to be close proximity. You need to be more than just an idea or a voice on the end of a phone. This needs to be made real. Oh, okay. Hold up here. We have the Three of Swords with a tower on the bottom of it. I'm telling you, motherfuckers, somebody's not happy about this. But I feel like I'm in such a bubble, the two of you only see each other. And it's like neither of you give a fuck what this does to somebody else. And I'm not saying like, I'm not trying to make this out to be like some kind of soap opera. Um, because nothing about this feels like underhanded, even though other people might be like, "Ah, it's not fair, or it is underhand, like the Seven of Swords, like, they just feel bamboozled, That's probably their own delusion. That's also a Seven of Swords. Their own delusion, right? Um, your wish come true with somebody else's fucking wish. And it kind of irritates them. And no, neither of you are going to give a shit, as you shouldn't. I'm just going to be honest with you. Another 10 of Pentacles. Anything else about the message that would help whoever I'm reading for? Like, how can they expect it? So obviously, abruptly, erratically, like coming on, like, kind of thing. And soon. It's gonna make you feel warm inside, like the kind of like excitedness. Page of Wands, like you're gonna be like you're gonna be taken by surprise, but you're also gonna be very excited by this. So whoever it's coming from, you're not like, oh my god, like, because we all get those messages, and it just we block them on social media or anything else because we're just like, like, oh, you kind of seem a little gross, like you're probably just a scammer or some shit like that, right? Because it just comes across so stupid. This is like you get excited about it. Um, and you just know, spirit, you know this message comes through at the guidance of spirit. Like, almost like there is something around here where either you anticipated, like you just kind of knew you was about to meet somebody, and you may have said, and spirit may have been like, hey, we're gonna bring somebody in, and whatever, and you're like, okay. You said yes, not knowing what it fucking meant, what it entailed. You didn't ask no questions. You just said yes, but you kind of know. There's that kind of like, because she's got tarot cards. It might be because of this, but you kind of just know. And like the giddiness and happiness, and like this is also something where it's kind of like you light up from it, and whatever, both of you know, if you're following spirit and you get prompted or guided to say yes to certain things, and I mean, this is like contracty, kind of like it was meant to happen, two souls that are meant to cross. So it's understandable that neither of you are worrying about what this does to other people. And I just feel like saying these people shouldn't be feeling like this. It's their own whatevers, okay? Um because I keep trying to, like, is there something underhanded about this? And there's nothing underhanded about it. Remember that Five of Swords one where it's like someone has to be the winner, might as well be you. And it's not a competition, but it is the kind of like, someone comes out on top in this situation. It's the two of you. And somehow other people feel like it's unfair. Whatever. Wheel of Fortune again. So, yeah, you'll be excited when the message comes through. You're going to feel guided equally. You're going to feel like, oh, I'm supposed to connect with this person when they message you. Again, they're not giving me like I feel like whoever's receiving the message may not even fucking know who this person is, but when it happens, it feels like it's right. Like one of those synchronistic uh 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 kismet, like whatever fucking kind of things. It's just, you're like, and it excites you. You're happy when it comes in. So, okay. All right, y'all. And maybe when this new cycle in January starts, we get to have a more broad range of messages. But here's the thing, when I come on so sporadically, Spirit's like, well, if I came on more frequently, I get it. I'd have more messages to give and I wouldn't have to, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. All right. I'm leaving it there. I'm excited for whoever I'm excited. I've got an excited feeling. So If I honest to God feel like both of y'all are like, "I want this by January 1st." Like, there's no long, prolonged talking stage. It's a done deal if the 2 of you meet face to face. Done deal. Alright. That's it. Let me read some fucking messages. Kelsey! I don't know if you're still on here, but love you, woman. You're gonna be traveling from the 26th to the 29th? Could this be someone who could have been sitting and sleeping on it? I don't know, because, they're not focusing on prior to the present moment. They're not. Um, they're not. So it's kind of like, I don't know if this is somebody who's been sitting, I mean, a little bit, because obviously motherfucker over here, he ain't gonna just, like, message somebody out of the blue. Spirit's like, "This person." You know what I mean? Like, there has to be something there. But they're not letting me dig into that bag of goodies. They're like, "Focus on right now. That's unimportant." So, why does it look like, I swear to God, I have some blonde, and I don't have that much white. I don't know what I put in my hair that made it look like that, but I look like I have a big tuft of white all of a sudden, and I'm like, "Y'all about to piss me off." Anyways, because this person, I was in touch with him and Leo. Maybe. Well, would you be excited? See, again, High Priestess, she's got tarot cards in front of her. So maybe the tarot reading is telling you something like, is your heads up? Because up to this point, I don't feel like whoever I'm reading for is remotely like, they're not giving me indication like the person I'm reading for doesn't feel like they're waiting for shit. What they're wanting is to get out of this liminal space. And they're like, Spirit, I surrender to whatever that means, whatever I got to do, whatever path that takes me, whatever you want me to say yes to." And so they've been following guidance and doing things. And it's kind of like, because before, whoever I'm reading for, maybe kind of feels like they used to be like, yes, but not this. Okay. And if you could do it, like, do it like this. Like, there's just this utter surrender of, okay, whatever you say is the best way to move forward, I'm doing it. I'm game. Like, you already said yes. You asked no questions about what that meant, what was going to come in. And so now Spirit may be giving a message of like, hey, by the way, remember when you said you would just say yes and you would do the thing when I gave you the guidance, star card? Somebody's going to message you. I'm just going to give you a little tiny heads up. You won't have enough time to really talk yourself out of it, honestly, because that's a very fast, rapid moving, whatever it is. That's 3 weeks, motherfuckers. 3 weeks. Okay. Today's the 7th. 7? That's 3 weeks, 3.5 at best, until January 1st. And Spirit love to do it. Spirit loves to be like, surprise, so that you can't like do the mind games. Cause like I said, you all are not in the mind contemplating it, debating it, thinking through it, meh, 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 meh. Like you're just like, okay, okay, okay. And there's a peace about it. So whoever I'm reading for, even if it is a past person, Spirit gave you no indication before you decided you were going to surrender. Because you must have been through some kind of a process to be like, I'm ready, whatever that means. And Spirit's like, bet. But for whoever I'm reading for, it is a person that actually propels you out of that circumstance, that space, and then turns the energy around in your life, your luck in your life. And so, but there has to be a bridging of the gap, like a coming together, being in close proximity to make something solidified and real. Okay. Not just a potentiality, but a reality. There we go. That's the way to say it. So I don't know. I think that's why they don't want to touch on the past. They're like, no, you don't get to know because you already said yes. So get ready. Like you've already said yes. So it's a moot point. Is this a past person? Is this somebody that I had connected with? Is this person could be a fucking Leo. That could be the significance of the Leo card coming out. Leos do tend to be magicians. I'm just gonna tell you that. They do. Not all. Not all. So yeah. So it's like that's why they're not focusing on the past, because like you already fucking said yes. What's the point of discussing that? I'm telling you, you're gonna, things are gonna there's gonna be some kind of communication, some kind of connection. um, things come January are gonna be all about the experience. Your cup being full and how you experience things. You will be free. Things will change. You will feel the magic again, and you will feel the excitement and the light within again. Like, that's all you fucking need to know. Aside from when this person does reach out, it is a yes. And you'll probably be prompted in the midst of that. But it sounds like two people being swept up in the initial communication. When I tell you they feel like they're in a bubble, because I was like, what aftermath? And all these other people feel like they are a non-issue to these two. They do not give a fuck. They're not even. I mean, they're at some point they're gonna become aware of it, but they don't fucking care. Like they're not gonna stop. They're chariots. They're rhino spirit. Get in the way. See what happens. This is happening. It is really, really quick. This is the kind of energy, and I wanted to say it earlier, and I was like, maybe not, because you have some Delulu fucks that come on and like they can't seem how somehow manage to have any level of discernment. They live in la la land. But they're not my fucking problem. That's something that they need to work through. This is the kind of people where you like people knew they were gonna get married after 2 months. You know those individuals where like, how did you know? It has that same energy. I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen, but it's kind of the I know. I just knew. It just is. There's and those are the motherfuckers that end up fucking taking it to the grave, and that's what's happening here. So I hope that helps. I hope that I mean, honestly, don't hold yourself to that because I have been surprised before. I have been surprised before, right? Like, I have been down that road before where it's like you're just kind of doing what spirit tells you to do, and they're like, go for the ride. Da, da, da. And when I tell you the level of unsuspecting when I've met somebody before, because I was looking, but I also wasn't looking in that moment. I was just having fun, and this person appeared, and it was just like, oh yeah. Like this kind of person. And again, Leo is like the I'm not trying to do boob. I'm like, like the sexy, you know what I mean? Motherfucker of the so it's kind of like, I don't know. It's just one of those things where you might be pleasantly surprised. Like you get excited about and that isn't that nice? Because it is an icebreaker. Somebody's getting out of hermit to have somebody show up and you be like, oh, I did not know I would like this. You know what I mean? Well, good job, Spirit, at bringing this my direction. So, you might like it. You never know. Yeah. Oh, man, I have a headache. I am so susceptible to the barometric pressure changes. And I'm not the, "Oh, my knee hurts." I get headaches, massive headaches, and I actually looked it up, guys, and I'm going on a tangent now. I looked it up because I was like, you know how some people like solar flares and do something and barometric, and I was like, there's gotta be something spiritual with that. And I firmly believe that 1, it's an indication when you're that susceptible that's an area you're not supposed to be in. Kind of like, Like my son, he goes to sleep at a weird time, gets up at a weird time. One of them does, and I'm like, "That's because you're probably meant to be over in, like, England." Like, that would be normal sleeping, like, or, like, some people do better near the ocean because of the saltwater air, and it's like, that kinda stuff. There's certain areas where barometric pressure isn't nearly as like, again, the state in which I live gets it from every fucking direction, and when I tell you the north and the south and the west to the east collide in my one state, okay? It is known for this. In fact, so much so that it is the crux or the epicenter, the crossing of so many it's the Mason-Dixon line, okay? History collided here. Everybody had a headquarter here. You know what I'm saying? It's like weather we are now Tornado Alley. We are catching hell from every direction, and I'm like, Spirit's like, you need to go somewhere else, girlfriend. You need to go somewhere else." Dude, it's a lot. Dude, it's a lot. It was like, and I will be honest with you, some of the things, that transpired with the most recent death, I've been we've the family's been and my cousin specifically, my cousin and I have been talking this entire time for the last 9 months. I have everything came out of my mouth. I was like, "This is what my dad did, and then this is what my," and I was like, and I knew, I knew when my son said, "Hey, mom, I want to go see my aunt," and I was like, "Oh yeah," it was out of the blue, riding to school, and he goes, "Yeah, I need to see her before she's gone." Now I knew she had health issues, but I was like, kind of like with nail in the coffin kind of thing. And me and my older son look at each other like, "What the fuck?" And when I tell you, my littlest one has gifts to the point that anytime he mentions somebody, long before this conversation, I call them. I'm like, "Hey, out of the blue, he started talking about you. Something's going to happen. Something's going to do." He has dreams. And he'll come to me and goes, "Mama, my dreams always seem to be coming true." And when I tell you, we be putting hella fucking protections on that little boy. Um, I called my cousin immediately when he did that. And I was like, "I am not trying to be morbid or freak you out, but this happened." So, um, and it was downhill. And I was giving as much advice as I could to my cousin in regards to what to expect. When this happens, it means this is going to happen. And like there were so many similarities between her condition and my father's that it brought up a lot of stuff. Um, but I got to experienced it in a different capacity. And at least what I had been through with my dad um, was of some kind of benefit to this scenario. So I probably haven't processed you know what I mean? You know how like you go through something and then you come out the other side, and I'm like, I feel a little too okay. And so we'll see. But for those who don't know, my aunt who passed was my spiritual rock. The only person that I ever could call growing up because I had this since I was little. And she was exceptionally spiritual as well. Uh, and she was my guide. Like, my mom would always say, "You're not my child, you're really her child. I just had you for her by osmosis," or some weird shit, like she would joke around because of how, and like everything in my life, any kind of guidance, I called her. I have so many stories. Um, it's just and even on her deathbed, I was like, "Hey, what's that last piece of guidance that you've got for me?" kind of thing. So it just she is the one that rooted me in my spirituality and helped guide me as much as she could. Um, and her daughter has we've created such a bond, my cousin, that I thought I was going to lose that because I didn't have anybody else in my family. But before she passed, over the last 3 years, she and I have really created that bond, and I don't feel so alone. Let's put it that way because of that. So, but she was exceptionally important. I just want to share that. We've all got that one person in our family, or a lot of us do, especially if you're in the woo woo, that made us feel not so abnormal. So, yep, yep, yep. And that's the other thing too, because it was like we were talking. I mean, at the end, I was like, I expect dream visits. I don't know what and I felt her immediately. I felt her immediately. Um, and I have no doubt she's being acquired into my spiritual team. But it's just, uh, anything that I go through, though, my cousin is experiencing amplified. Let's put it that way. And so, uh, I'm not the person that anyone needs to be concerned with. Not that you have to be concerned with her, but like definitely if you feel the desire to send love and peace, definitely send it her way because as much as I've been through in my life and I've got a lot of stories, she's been through more. And I just want to know that she has comfort during this time. Let's put it that way. So I hope everybody gets Annie Karen like I had. And she's called Annie Karen because she told me that she was too good looking and too young to be an aunt. She didn't want to be an aunt. She wanted to be an aunt, but like she didn't want to be called an aunt. And you weren't going to call her an aunt, because she wasn't a fucking bug. And I was like, so when I was 6 years old, I came up with the term Annie. It's not aunt. It's not aunt. Annie. And she goes, that's perfect. And she loved nicknames. And she loved the nickname so much. Like my kids, when they were little, couldn't call her Karen. So they called her Kaka. And so my family, when I was traveling, I kept saying Kaka, and I was like, I'm sorry, Annie Karen. I was like, I say Kaka so much anymore because she's, Kaka to my kids, and they still fucking call her that. And when my oldest son called her Kaka, she goes, being called shit ain't never sounded so good. Like she loved it. It was because Kaka in the US is like poop. Also, there you go. And my oldest, because he named everybody. He gave everybody names for the rest of my kids. So he was the one that like initiated names for everybody, and then my other kids were shit out of luck. That was the name now. So she was Kaka, but she loved it. So, anyways, all right, that's enough. Um, I will come on again tomorrow, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I hope everybody has a fantastic, wonderful day. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. And I really do want to hear if this happens for anybody. I'm just I'm just curious. I want to be a fly on the wall. Share, okay? All right. Peace out. I will see you guys at the next read.